श्रीकांतो मातलो जनेश्वर मंगलाजनकाः शंकरो महादेव त्वं वन्दे गजाननं विम्रपटि कमलकुटी पुस्तकरुद्राक्षसहस्रपटि कामाक्षि पक्ष्मलाक्षि कल्पविपञ्चि विभासि वारिञ्चि मनोजं मारुतुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयुतमुखं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। गुरुवे सर्वलोकानां विश्वस्य भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे। शिवशक्त्यायुक्तो यदि भवति शक्तिप्रवृत्तं न चेदेवं देवो न खलु कुशलः स्पन्दितुमभ्यतस्त्वामाराध्यां हरिहरविरिञ्चादिभिरपि प्रणन्तुं स्तोतुं वा कदमकृतपुण्यप्रभवति. Today we'll make an attempt to understand the 57th Slokam, which concludes the power that mother's eyes have. And in all the shlokas, the Jagadguru has made an attempt to explain the power of mother's eyes, where mother's eyes are typically compared to the past, present, and the future. Unmesha nimshotpanna vipanna punavalihi. For example, mother does not blink her eyes, and when she does not blink, whatever you are noticing, you are in the present moment. The moment you blink your eyes and close, whatever you noticed, you are trying to recall, you are already trying to recall the past that has happened. And when you close your eyes, if you're thinking about the anxious next moments or the future, you're also trying to visualize that did not happen. When you close your eyes, if you're trying to recall that something has happened, you are in the past. When you close your eyes and you are trying to think about what would happen, what would you like to happen, then you are thinking about the future. Only when you open your eyes and noticing something, you are in the present moment. Some of these aspects are covered in the previous shlokas. This shloka talks about the beauty of mother's omnipresence, sarvavyapakatvam. The shlokam goes as Drisha Dragi Yasya Daradalita Nilotpalarucha Daviyamsam Dinam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Apishive Anenayam Bhavato Nachatirate Hanreta Vanena Vaneva Harmeva Samakaranipato Himakaraha. Drisha Dragiyasya Daradalita Nilotpalarucha. Drishyam. Drisha means eyes. That which are enabling us to witness the beautiful feet of our Mother Divine, the anklets around her feet, the Lattuka or the Parayanam around her feet, and the beautiful toenails that are emitting out the white light that is killing and eliminating my tamogunam, and therefore the dust, the pollen like dust, soft dust under mother's feet. Second shlokam of Soundarya Lahari talks about it. Tani yamsum pamsum tavacharana panke rohavam Veranchi Sanchinvan Verchati Lokana Viklan Vahatyenam Shauri Kadamapi Sahasre Sirasam Haras Sankshuddhainam Bhajati Bachto Dulana Vidim. I remember when my Guruji used to sit, a lot of his disciples, I would not understand that point in time. This was around 97, 98. Some of the yogi or Guru Bhais would come and keep their hand, right hand, under Guruji's feet and try to sprinkle on top of their head. Now, almost 30 years later, I'm understanding the significance of that today as we are trying to describe this part in the second slokam of Soundar Lahari on how the dust under the feet of the Guru and Mother, the divine parents, can continue to bless us. It's what gives the power to Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara to perform their generate, operate, and destruct functions. So, Drisha Dragi Yasya. Drisha means mother's eyes that are making her look at everything. Visalakshi, she is looking at the whole cosmos because she has very wide eyes. She's also called Meenakshi, Kamakshi, many names with Akshi. Meenakshi because she does not blink her eyes. Somebody told her that at that point in time, fish used to blink their eyes. Somebody told them that, Mother, your eyes and fish's eyes look the same. And fish at that point in time used to live on the surface, just like we live, not in water. So all the fishes gathered and went to the Sripuram, where mother resides, Manidvipam, which is the other name of it. In that Sripuram, when they looked at mother's eyes, they were mesmerized with those eyes that were not blinking, and they just forgot themselves. And suddenly, everybody in the sabha, as they were chanting mother's name, these fish came back into the consciousness, and then they realized that there is no comparison between them, their eyes, and mother's eyes. Somebody was kind enough to call Mother Meenakshi in order to bless the fishes. And all the fish realized, since they are anyways calling Mother as Meenakshi, why don't we steal this power from Mother's eyes? Okay, out of love, out of devotion. They wanted to steal the power of Mother's eyes. What is the power? Not to blink. From that day, the fish stopped blinking because in the Chit Sabha, it's the Chintamani Sabha. Whatever desire comes to one's mind, if it helps in Loka Kalyanam, Vanchitartha Pradayani is another name of Mother. Even if we are asking certain desires, if they are not going to be helpful in our spiritual life, Mother will never fulfill our desire. Similarly, if we are asking a desire and it's going to be helpful for us, our family, and the locum, the world, then the desire would be fulfilled. Now, when fish were blessed with this boon, they thought, what if people realize that we started not blinking or we stopped blinking our eyes, and they will also get to know that we stole this power from mother's eyes, and they'll start blaming us. And as if something happens in our house, the first people to know are our neighbors. Similarly, mother's eyes, which are called Visalakshi, which are spread almost to the ears, these eyes very lovingly told the ears what the fish have done to the eyes. And the moment the fish heard that, they thought, as mother's eyes spread across, as they were moving from one ear to another ear, Visalakshi, they thought these eyes are talking to the ears, telling the ears that they stole the power, and therefore they also started getting the power not to blink their eyes. All the fish ran to the underwater to stay hidden in order to stay away from the blame. That is how fish became aquatic, is what Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya says in the 56th Slokam that we have discussed briefly. And this is the origin of Meenakshi Namam. Similarly, we have Visalakshi, Kamakshi. So, mother's eyes are what continue to nourish us. Okay. Drisha Dragiyasya. Now, coming to the first line of the 57th Slokam, Drisha Dragiyasya means, Mother, your eyes. Dragiyasya means very lengthy, as Visalakshi. She has to look at Brahma Kita Janani, all her creations across all the cosmos, not just you and me, right? Dara Dalita Nilotpala Rucha. Dara Dalita Nilotpala Rucha. Nilotpalam is lotus, the fully blossomed water lily, bluish pink water lily. In the 56th slokam also we briefly discuss about it on why the bluish pink water lilies bloom in the night and they close in the morning, and how it has to do with the Lakshmi power. So therefore Jagadguru continues and discusses the blue water lilies that are fully blossomed, and they have a beautiful blue is the color of Nilakanta, Shiva, right? And pinkish red is the color of Mother. Therefore, Jagadguru is comparing with Dharadalita Nilotpala Rucha, means the fully blossomed, means Shiva and Shakti are fully looking at us with their vision in order to bless us. And lengthy vision means no matter whether you are close to their feet or you are very, very far. It doesn't matter because who is very close to their feet? Devotees like Lopamudra Devi, Agastya, Kashyapa Prajapati, Sanat Kumara, Aditi, and Sukanya, Chavan, from whom the Chavan Prashas come. We have discussed this on how Mahapativrata Sukanya Devi turns her old husband into young when she was tested by Gandharvas, and the Ashwini Kumaras, the doctors to the gods, have produced a paste which was given to Sukanya's old husband Chavana, and that paste is called Chavan Prash. We have discussed this in one of the podcasts many years ago. So all these great devotees, Lopamudra Devi, Manu, and Chandra, Dakshinamurti, right? He's the first devotee, Dattatreya, and Durvasa Maharshi. All of them are sitting next to the feet of Mother, doing direct puja to her feet. Sri Krishna, Sri Rama, right? Karangulina Kotpana Narayana Dasa Akritihi Maha. Not just the 10 forms, but all the Leela avatars of Vishnu are also praying to Mother. Now, when all of them are sitting and praying, will we get seat closer? Then, but we are equally the son or daughter of Mother. Then how do we get blessing? That's where this slokam talks about the Advaitic beauty. No matter where we are, going to temple, sitting in the prayer room and praying is good, but that should not stop our devotion. As Swami Vivekananda said, the world should be your prayer room, not just your prayer room. Wherever you go, wherever you are, your body should become the temple. Your swasa or the breath should become the Vedam that is constantly chanting the Bhagavan Namam or Bhagavan Shruti. And the beating heart should be the bell that continues to ring in the presence of the divine Shakti in the sacrosanct. And the cave of the heart is the sacrosanct in which you have kept the Paramatma, and you are constantly beating the Ajapam. The heart is beating with the mantram that you are given. Lub dub is the sound you hear. But if you are chanted Om Namo Narayana, the moment you sit silently, you will listen to that Om Namo Narayana Astakshari. Right? If you have started Panchakshari, you will listen to Om Namah Shivaya. Whichever mantram you make the Hamsa Yogam as you keep chanting. I remember 1998 when I was accompanying a Guruji. Suddenly, this was around night 1:40 or so. As I was walking, he turned and gently but firmly slapped me. So I was surprised, thinking I did something wrong. And suddenly, the name of the Bhagavan that I was chanting to, the mantra came out rather than Amma. So he smiled and said, "Good, you are on the right path of chanting the mantra." 2 days later, he explained to me that typically when we get hurt, we take the name of Amma in whatever our mother tongue is, Ma, right? That's what comes out of our mouth. But only when we are chanting the mantra and trying to make it one with our breath, the Paramatma of that mantram, okay, or the mantram itself or the namam itself will come out. So that is the right process of evolution, is what Guruji said. Now, Drisha Dragi Yasya Daradalita Nilotpala Rucha means the fully blossomed pinkish blue water lily. Water is the devotion. But lilies, in order for them to grow, where would they come? They will come in the mud. Without mud, the lilies generally don't grow. What is that mud? The papa karma of ours. That mud will go settle down. When you have devotion, the water will essentially continue to nourish the lily, which requires the papam to be there. The lily is rooted in the papam, which means if you and I don't have papa karmas, first of all, we don't have to take the human birth. Okay, we would have become divine or the devas. Since we have taken human birth, we have some papam, some punyam. If you are able to take the name of mother, chant Soundarya Lahari, Lalita Sahasranamam, and others, we definitely are blessed with punya, divya punya, that is allowing us to take and understand the Rahasya Namas, understand the secrets of Soundarya, so on and so forth. Now, the mud that is settled at the bottom is where this is being born, which means that devotion is born often from the hardships that we have faced as well. What are the hardships? Doesn't mean you have to break your bones, doesn't mean you have to get financial distress. I have a house, multiple houses. I have multiple cars. I have multiple resources, maybe multiple kids, or at least a kid who can call me mother or father. Now I have food that I can eat. After I eat the food gets digested. I sleep well. All these are there. Suddenly, you're not able to sleep well. You're getting nightmares. You are eating food, but it is not digesting. Doctor says you are a pre-diabetic. Stay away from eating carbohydrate, sugars. Now, a part of papam started giving its result, and in spite of you having everything, you are not able to enjoy and experience it. That element of papam now might bother you, saying, "Oh, I'm a diabetic, so I can't eat the prasadam like I used to eat before. I would put a full bowl of kheer for you, O Devi, and I would eat most of it by sharing little with others. Today, I am eating little and sharing most with others. So some of the papam is coming and giving its effect. So, O Mother, ensure that the prasadam to me always comes in the form of your vision." Okay. Now, so it's always a mix. And Mother Goddess Sita tells this to Hanuman in Sundarakanda. No human will have 100 if Satamanam Bhavati. You know, we are blessed with 100 years in Kali Yugam, right? So no human will have 100 years of happiness. No human will have 100 years of sadness. They will at least have one moment of sadness or one moment of happiness in their life, balancing based on their own purva karmas that they have done in the previous lives and this life. Okay. So Drisha Dragi Yasya Dara Dalita Nilotpurarcha Daviyamsam Dinam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Apishive. Beautiful line. Daviyamsam Dinam. I am a Dina. I don't have enough punyam to sit closer to your feet, mother, like Lopamudra Devi, Bhagavan Agastya, and others are sitting and praying to your feet. Why? Because of the papas that I have done. Okay, either because of the bad friendship or bad sangatyam, or the tamogunam and rajogunam were intense in me, the laziness. I did not do the sadhanas, I did not chant the mantras, because of which I became a dina, miserable. Daviyamsam, because of this dina state, I became distant from you. I got pushed out because there were many people who have more than punya karma more than me who started sitting in front of me. Okay. But mother, Davi Amsam Dinam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Api Shive. Snapaya Krupaya means mother. Just like when I go to a waterfall and stand under the water as the waterfall completely wets me, bathe me with compassion. Snapaya Krupaya. Krupaya is compassion. Bathe me like a waterfall bathes person with compassion. Mam apishive means, oh mother, me too, I am a papi, I am a dhina. But you show your compassion because your mother, along with your greatest of the great devotees that are sitting very close to you and serving your and father's feet. Mam apishive, there are many names. Why Shive? Because along with your husband, you completely bless me, mother, by bathing me with compassion of the compassion, Avyaja Karnamurti that flows from your eyes. Please do that. Anenayam Mam Apishive Anenayam Dhyayo Anenayam Danyo Bhavati Nachate Haniriyata. Anenayam Danyo. Essentially, it means Anena. We I am now becoming, I was a Dina, but I am now becoming fortunate. Anenayam Danyo Bhavati. I am first, I'm still in this body. Bhavati means I'm still there. And Anenayam Danyo. I am becoming prosperous. Why am I becoming prosperous? Because, oh mother, Anena, because of you looking at me, no matter how far I am, you are my mother, Visalakshi, you don't blink, so you don't even take any delay in transmitting your karuna. So you are making me prosperous by looking at me. And mother, Nachati Hani Nachati Na Chati Hani Riyata means when you are looking at me, you don't lose anything. There's no loss for you because you are an infinite source of energy. You are the eternal battery that continues to power the whole cosmos. You are the Shakti. Therefore, your name is Shakti. Therefore, Mother, when you are looking at me, there is absolutely no loss. How is Jagadguru comparing this? He's comparing this Vaneva, Harmyeva, Himak, Samakarani Pato, Himakaraha. Samakarani Pato, Himakaraha. Vaneva. Vaneva is like the forest. Haramye, Vaneva, Haramyeva. Haramye is like the palaces, the buildings. Samakarani Pato, like the full moon, shines the light, his light, on the forest, on the palaces. Will the moon lose anything? The light, the moon rays equally are shined upon the forest, the mountain, the water bodies, the cities. But when you are in the city, because of the light pollution, you don't really naturally enjoy the beauty. But when you go to remote places where there is less light pollution, you are much closer to nature, Prakriti, you will nourish the beauty of moon. Okay. Just like the moon shines the light on everything, the moment I am closer to nature by moving away from the artificial things that are man made, I will relish your power much more. But same power is there in the artificial man-made world that we have created. The same power, though it is there, I'm not able to relish it as it is. But you are the same, which means when I go closer to following the Brahma's schedule, trying to do dhyanam in the sandhyas, the Brahma Muhurtam is the best. If you are not able to do for whatever reason during the Brahma Muhurtam typically is 48 minutes before the sunrise. So if we can do that, well and good. If for whatever reason we are not able to do that, then the next best thing is Sandhyas, where the cusp of the time. That is the reason we do Gayatri Vandanam during that time. Okay. In saying this, Jagadguru is comparing mother's eyes with moon and not the sun. Why is he doing that? He's doing that because sun is hot. Mother's eyes are always Avyaja Karnamurti and compassion. And moon's light does not cause any pain to anyone. Right? Moon's light gives delight. Moon's light gives pleasantness. Moon's light gives a recharging power of the the mental state of a person. This slokam, Drsha Dragi Yasya Daradalitani Lotpalarucha Tavi Amsam Dinam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Apishive. The beauty of using the word Shive is mother along with Father Shiva completely wet me, douse me up, completely shower me like a waterfall does in your compassion. Anenayam danyo bhavati nachate hanireta vaneva harmyeva samakaranipato himakaraha. This slokam is extremely important from an Advaitic standpoint. When you go to temple, for example, you go to Tirumala Tirupati, how long do you wait before you get into the Garbhagudi? How many maximum you will see Swami for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, or 1 minute? So rest of the time, you are either pushing someone or you're being pushed to walk. When you are spending such a time in the distance, your mind, it's very difficult for the mind to stay focused on the Lord or the goddess. But how will you continue to stay focused? So if you're not able to go to temple, if you're not able to go to Punya Kshetras, Tirthas, Nadisthanas, Samudras, wherever the Punya Tirthas are, then understand your body is the temple in which the Jagannatha is working in the form of Parashakti, beating your heart without your control, therefore circulating the blood without your control. You don't have any control on it. When you replace the natural state of thoughts with artificial thoughts, I need to buy that property, I have to pay these loans. What happens is we continue to stress our mind because we are moving away from natural to artificial things. Therefore, lifestyle diseases like blood pressure, diabetes, paralytic stroke, brain stroke, all these things come, which means we are moving away from nature. Okay. Now, mother, only when I can see you functioning in my body, which is the temple in which the divine dwells. Therefore, I am called Bhavati, and therefore I can come to you and say, Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. What should I ask for you in Bhiksha? In Annapurna Stotram, Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya says, O Mother Annapurna, Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvati, Mata Cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwaraha, Bandhava Shiva Bhaktascha. Mother, you are, oh Mother Parvati, give me bhakti as bhiksha. Give me food that will induce bhakti, gratitude, the company of devotees, the company of saints. Okay, and that's essentially what happens when we chant this Drisha Dragi Yasya. No matter wherever you are in the cosmos, you are immediately attracting mother's attention. Which son of mine or which daughter of mine is calling me? Drisha Dragi Yasya Daradalita Nilotpalacha. Oh, mother, I want you to look at me along with father Ardhanarishwara Rupam. Okay, you are invoking the masculine and the feminine energy, both are in you, those are being invoked. And when that energy is being invoked, Davi Yamsam Dinam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Apishive. Essentially, if you are looking at the Kundalini Yogam, you are saying, O Kundalini, Mother, please arise and ascend, cross my Muladharam, Swadhisthanam, Manipuram, Anahatam, Vishuddhi, Agya, Sastratalam. When both of them are uniting in my own body, I am getting drenched in the Sudhamapyaswadya Pratibhaya Jaramrityu Harnim, the Sudhas that are flowing, the Sudha Dhara that flows when the Kundalini unites with the Yogi Shiva, and when they are enjoying the company of each other in the divine union, the 72,000 nadis that are there from the Ayurveda Sastram, the Yoga Sastram, they are being drenched in the Amrita Snanam. When that happens, Davi Yamsam Deenam Snapaya Krupaya Mam Apishive, Shiva and Shiva. Mother and father are together, and therefore I am being drenched. Sometimes this comes out in the form of tears of bliss, sometimes it comes in the form of ecstatic joy, sometimes it comes in the form of extreme energy that flows into the body and gushing like a waterfall of energy. When that happens, mother, you are Parashakti, you are omnipresent everywhere. When this energy is gushing into my body, there is no loss of energy that is happening. The energy is from the superconscious is transferring into my body because I realized that everything that is there in the cosmos is in me. I am not speaking Aham Brahmasmi, but I'm experiencing Aham Brahmasmi. And therefore, I am understanding the natural elements, Vaneva, Hadmeva. And then when you and Father unite, what happens is the Amrita Dharas that flow from Chandra's equivalent. Why would it flow from Chandra? Because Father and you both have kept Astami Chandra Vibraja Dalakastala Shobita. The time line which is kept on the head of you is eternal. If you look at the eighth day on towards Amavasya or towards Purnami, it looks the same. You can't, by looking at the Astami Chandra, you can't figure out whether you are in the Sukla Paksha or the Krishna Paksha, right? On the way to Amavasya or way to on the way to Purnima or way to Amavasya, you will not be able to figure out. And that is the moon, that eternal moon, that constant moon is the one that we want to shower light on us. And then this is the body that has been born to the parents, the natural one. And on this body, artificially, I have kept many things, probably the gold rings, the watches, the dresses, okay, that were not there when I was born. But so when I sit in dhyanam, let me go and find out those natural internal aspects of mind, the so-called kundalini, the so-called chakras that everybody talks about, but nobody is able to show it because these have to be only experienced by the individual self, but cannot be explained to the same extent by anybody else. It is like drinking water. When you taste water, you can't explain the taste of water, but you get an eternal satisfaction by drinking water that no other drink in the universe can even come closer. This is a brief attempt at this 57th slokam. With this, Mother's very powerful description of all the aspects, all the dimensions of Mother's eyes concludes. We will conclude the class today here, and in the next class, we'll discuss the 58th slokam. Mangalam Guru Shri Chandramaulishwarage Shakti Ganapati Sharadambige Shankaracharyanige Kala Bhairavage Kali Durgige Veeradhira Sura Hanuma Maruti Charanage Mangalam Guru Shri. Let me stop the recording.